About 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water, yet the United Nations estimates that more than 2 billion people are currently faced with the risk of reduced access to freshwater resources. And by 2050, at least 1 in 4 people is likely to live in a country affected by chronic or recurring shortages of fresh water. The figures are not encouraging in Nigeria, where only 26.5% of the population use improved drinking water sources and sanitation facilities, according to the findings of the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF.
The coastal region is indiscriminate urban expansion.
Pollution is another explanation for the lack of safe drinking water. In many rural areas, underground water is dug manually without necessary precautions. The same source of water is also used for other domestic needs. It gets more worrisome as records show that these are the same areas where 23.5% of the population defecate in the open. This has increased the use of contaminated drinking water and poor sanitary conditions, resulting in increased vulnerability to waterborne diseases, which leads to deaths of more than 70,000 children under 5 years annually.
A lot of people still practice open defecation, and we have flooding. The feces is washed into their streams of water, and they drink from that same source. There is an outbreak. So those people are at risk of having cholera, having diarrhea diseases.
The solution lies in creating more sources of clean water. And so in March 2019, the federal government inaugurated a national strategic plan tagged Village Level Operation and Maintenance to boost supply of potable water to rural dwellers, to be coordinated by the Ministry of Water Resources.
We must do it in a sustainable way.
The Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs, Mrs. Adejoke Orelekwe Adefulire, reveals that they hope to achieve this by collaborating with other tiers of government.
Mr. President has agreed, has encouraged both our office and 3 other agencies of government and the National Assembly to please look at how we implement the constituency project and other projects under the federal government and state government working together to ensure that we provide for the needs of our people.
Meeting the target of water, sanitation and hygiene by 2030 also requires that the issue of open defecation is eliminated, a tall order since UNICEF reveals that 47 million people still defecate in the open and only 7% of schools have access to basic wash for children and teachers. Ini John McCoy reporting for Channels Television News.